Okay, so I'm about to finish my 7th row. I have one more D and then we're gonna step up. So I'm picking up my D and I'm gonna step up like we always do. Pull tight. Okay, so there's my triangle. So now we're gonna keep our needle attached to the thread, and I am just gonna run back through the outer edge of this last round. So, and it's important to know that when you do this, you don't want to go through, so I'm gonna go through the beads so that you can't see my thread. So I'm going through this green one and then the green one right below it. And then I'm gonna go over to the purple one and the purple one that's off to the side. So see how you can't see my thread? So we wanna go all the way around. And this just helps keep it nice and tight. It helps keep the frame nice and tight. And then it also allows us to end the project on the outside, which is what you want, because we'll snip it, and if the snip isn't close enough, then I'll have to use my thread burner. And a lot of times people use a lighter, and that's fine too. But you want to be careful because it's a lighter. You obviously can't really control the flame. So you don't want to burn your beads, whereas a thread burner, and I'll show you that one in a second, what it looks like, is really precise and it doesn't have a flame to it. So you can get very close to your beads without actually affecting them or burning them. And we do sell the thread burners on our website as well, under the supplies section, the tools and supplies. So that's nice. That it's a nice tool. I actually used to love using my lighter, but then I burned a project, and other beaders had always talked about using their thread burners, and I was like, no, my lighter's fine. I'm not going to invest in that. And then I burned a project, and now I invested in a thread burner. Okay, so you'll see while you're stitching back through that this will you'll start to feel that it's making it stronger just by doing this little bit of edging to it. It's just really helpful for the frame of your project because you don't want it to fall apart. And hopefully you enjoyed working with this thread, the KO thread. It's my favorite thread. Even if I'm not using Delicas, I still use it for bead weaving projects and seed bead work. Okay, all right, so I'm back up. So I'm gonna remove my needle. I'm just gonna stick it into my little bead mat, take the tip off of my scissors, and I'm gonna get as close as I can and snip it. And you'll see that I have a little bit of a tail there. So I'm gonna use my thread burner. This is mine. And I did order some of these for the shop, so they should be on the website soon. Currently, we have this style on there, which is also really great, the thread zap. So you'll notice I took off this little stopper. This just helps keeping you from pushing the button by accident, so it burns. So you take the safety off. And when I push up on this little thing here, you can start to see that gets hot. And then I I can get really close. Burn it, little puff smoke, good to go. So the other one, just so you can see, has a special cap on it so the button can't be pushed unless this is off. And then you have to turn this in to engage the battery. And then you push the button just like you pushed it on the other one, and it lights it up. So similar, they're both really good. Okay, so now you've got your long 4-inch tail here. You want to thread it through your needle, and this one, because it's only a 4-inch tail, we can't use it to go all the way around the project, but we're starting it from the center of the piece. And so what I like to do is I'm going to go up this whole line of gold, that whole line of that bronzy gold color. And so I'm coming out of the green one, and I'm just going to follow this line all the way up. I always try to get my needle in through all of them, and then I pull. Ta-da! There it is. Take my needle off, snip as close as I can, grab my little burner, poof, there's that little guy. Okay, so now it's time for you to make your next one, and I'm doing this one with you today, and then you can do the other one, and then we'll come back and we can do the last part, which is adding our bead and our ear wire and our other triangle.